Hello Sagittarius, thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Elliott. If you guys are new here, if you're not new here, welcome back. This is Bloomology, and today we will be doing timeless readings for all of the Sagittarius. So, as I mentioned, these messages are now timeless, so we're doing things a little bit differently. These are not restraint to a certain time frame. I know I'm posting these in June, but that doesn't mean that these are just for the month of June. You can watch these any month going past this month and still be able to pick up on things and resonate with it, even if you're a little bit later watching these videos. I'm also doing a pre-shuffle now, so I'm pulling cards from my the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck just to get some pre-energy going into the reading. So I already pulled 4 cards here that I'm going to talk about before pulling some more cards from my Simplicity Tarot deck. And then at the end, I'm also going to be doing some love messages from one of my love decks. Let's put it that way. Or the Romance Angel Oracle deck. So stay tuned for that at the end. Again, these are timeless messages, so you can watch this at any time, and these messages still resonating for you. These messages can resonate for you if you have Sagittarius as your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus, okay? So always take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. So for the pre-shuffle here, I got 4 cards. So I have the Observe card in reverse here, the Change Your Focus in reverse, the Shine card upright, and then the Clarity of Belief in reverse here. So to unpack this a little bit, this is the energy going into the actual reading here. So just like the pre-existing energy surrounding you. So we have the Observe card in reverse here. So you can really be focused on yourself right now. I feel like you're not really worried about what anybody else is doing or what the people around you are dealing with or their energies and stuff. You're just really concerned about your energy and not really trying to let anybody else's energy impact yours, because when you observe, you're kind of like observing and investing energy into observing and, thinking about it and, letting that kind of not intrude on your energy. But I feel like you're just not worried about anybody else other than yourself right now. And that's what you're focused on, because we have to change your focus in reverse here. I feel like you've been very, very like me-centric, which is completely okay. That's not a bad thing at all. But with the change your focus in reverse here, it's like you're stuck on what you're already focused on. And I feel like that's you being observant of yourself and worrying about yourself and not really worrying about anybody else. And you're worried about, your shine. You're focused on your shine, not anybody else's shine. You're worried about what you're doing and what you're trying to do, not what anybody else is doing, not what anybody else is trying to do. You're focused on you and yourself. And then we have the Clarity of Belief in reverse here, which is a little bit interesting, because maybe there could be something that you're not choosing to believe in for some reason. There could be something here that may have been something that was brought to your attention maybe, or something that your gut is trying to tell you, or like your intuition is trying to tell you, or something that you was believing at one point, but at this point right now you're just like, I'm not choosing to believe that anymore. Not sure what this is in regards to, but there's something here that you're choosing not to believe. We'll dive into things a little bit more with my Simplicity Tarot deck, and I'll tie things in together. So we'll see what the next spread has to say about these cards, okay? All right. So let's see what we have here for you guys with my Simplicity Tarot deck. To dive into things a little bit more, Spirit, let's see what other messages you guys have for Sagittarius. These are infinite messages. Let Sagittarius watch this month from now and still be able to pick up on things that resonate for them in that current time frame. Advice, guidance, affirmations, themes. What else do you have for Sagittarius, Spirit? What is it that they're not believing in or choosing not to believe? So we have the Chariot card here. So a lot of progress being made right now. A lot of progression moving forward. This is also Cancer, so significant Cancer energy. So as you can see, they're on their chariot and she's on, the chariot with the 2 horses, and she's like, moving. She's progressing. She's moving forward and stuff, as I said beforehand. And maybe you're moving forward in a way that You may have not thought that you would be moving forward beforehand, maybe, because we have the Queen of Swords in reverse here. So with the Queen of Swords, it talks about like logic, mentality, planning and stuff. And with this being in reverse here, it makes me feel as though the plan that you had beforehand is not the plan that you're moving forward with. I feel like you may be doing things a little bit different potentially, and going about things in a way that you really didn't think that you would be going beforehand. You could also be potentially going with the flow and just being like, you know what, I feel like I want to go this way, so I'm just going to go this way. You know, like I'm not going to sit here and be very rigid, or maybe you could be very rigid. You know, it's always one extreme or the other. You could be moving forward, but be very like, I'm only going to move forward with this because I this is what I feel like I should be moving forward with, and sticking to like not a plan, but being very like I don't know what the right verbiage here, but it's just very rigid and very like structured in a way. But it's either that or you're just moving in a very free-flowing way and just not going with, or going with things a little bit differently than you thought you would be going with beforehand. And then we have the Seven of Cups here, followed by the Queen of Wands and then the King of Wands. So with the Seven of Cups here, I really feel like you're going with the flow here, because with the Seven of Cups here, you have a lot of options. You have a lot of different things that you could be pursuing or moving forward to. And you're like, you have your head in the clouds right now. You're just like looking at all the options like, oh, I can go this way, or I could do that, or I could do this. And you're definitely moving forward with potentially some of these options, but it's like not the options that you were thinking about going with beforehand. And you're just like, you know what, like I'm not about to sit here and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not about to like put myself in a box here. I'm not about to put myself in a box and leave myself in this box here and only allow myself to move within this box. You're like, you know, let me step out of the box and see what's also, you know, on the other side, because there's other options there, you know, and just being like, you know what, I'm able to move however I want to move at the end of the day. I don't have to necessarily have it completely planned out right now. It's just, I'm free flowing. And you're having a lot of fun with that, I feel. And I feel like there could be like a divine partnership that you're moving forward with and just going with the flow with, because we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands back to back here. So this is like both fire signs potentially. You could, well, you are a fire sign, but the your partner or somebody that you're dealing with may also have fire signs in their chart if they're not a fire sign. But they're working together. There's two people here that are really, really working together, and there's a lot of like, you know, fun that's being had with this partnership here. It's very like courageous and very like driven and very charismatic, and being like, you know what, like I want to do this, so I'm going to go about it, and I'm going to motivate you to do it. You're going to motivate me to do it. We're just going to bounce our energies off of each other, and we're just going to get the things done that we want to get done, and we're just going to have fun with it. You know, we're not about to sit here and be rigid. We're about to just free flow and move forward with any option that we think we want to move forward with right now. And you could be moving towards it really, really quickly. Whatever it is that you guys or you and this person want to move forward to, as soon as you decide on it, you're going to move towards it really quickly with this Knight of Swords here. With this Knight of Swords here, they're just like, you know, ready to go. You know, as soon as they get some information like, oh, we want to go with this option. Okay, let's move. You know, that's the energy here. And then we have the Three of Coins here. So you guys are really collaborating, or you could really be collaborating with people right now and putting your heads together to get some kind of like job done, or get some kind of like work done that you've been wanting to get done. But then we have the Nine of Coins here in reverse here, followed by the Ten of Cups, which is an interesting mix. What else do we have here, Spirit, for Sagittarius? I'm looking at these cards here from the pre-shuffle. You could potentially be finding your shine through, you know, this progression and this new mentality of just being like going with the flow when working together with a partner, to just be like, you know, whatever it is that I want to do and whatever it is that they want to do and whatever it is that we want to do, we're going to do, and just shining your light through that and stuff. And, you know, maybe you're not changing your focus, but maybe your focus is just, I know I was talking about earlier about like not restraining yourself to a box, but with this, the change your focus upright, as you can see, there's like the box around her. She's looking outside the box, but in reverse here, maybe like you're concerned with what's going on inside of this box here, and this inside of the box could be you and your partner, or you and like a divine partner, or you and somebody else that you're just like, you know what, like I want to have fun with you, and I want to have fun with you however you want to have fun, you know? And just being like, okay, like we're going to stay in this box, we're going to figure it out together, and move around this box. If you want to step out this box together, or you want to step out the box, like, you can step out the box, you know? And you're working together with that. And then we have the 9 of Coins here in reverse here, which talks kind of about, like, you know, new seeds being planted. You know, you're not enjoying the fruits of your labor as of yet, because it's a lot of cards that just came out. We'll take them all. You're still planting the seeds to get to that part of enjoying the fruits of your labor. So maybe you guys could be collaborating a lot to get to that point of being like, okay, like, we put in the work, you know, we had our fun, and we're planting our seeds right now to get to the point to where we want to be long term. And that long term goal is happiness. The long term goal is happiness, a happy family. That's the seeds that you're planting right now with this person here. That's exactly what you're planning. And then we have the 7 of Wands here in reverse, followed by the 2 of Wands in reverse, the 6 of Cups, the Justice, the 4 of Coins in reverse, and the 7 of Coins in reverse. So with the 7 of Wands here in reverse, it's kind of like you're tired. There's some kind of like lethargic energy where it's just like you're feeling a little sluggish. We did just have a new moon and an eclipse, and we're currently going through a Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of different energies going around that has you feeling a little bit heavier, just because may have had you feeling a little bit heavier if you were, and not anymore. Maybe you still are from all the energies beforehand. But I don't know about y'all, but me, I've been taking naps. I've been very heavily napping lately because I've been so lethargic as well from the energies that has been surrounding us, and just other personal things as well. But you could be going through that same thing and being like, there's so much going on here. Like, there's so many different things that I've been dealing with, and you know, there's so many different wands that have been thrown my way that I've been like trying to deflect and dodge and avert. But like right now, it's like I don't really have the energy to continue to do that. Like, I just want to nap. I just want to take a second. Like, I don't want to sit here. I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to defend my territory. I don't want to not persevere, but I want to take a breather. You know, there's a want to have a second here, a second to not have to worry about what's to come next, a second to just be like, you know what, again, we just gonna go with the flow, and we gonna move how we want to move when we want to move, you know. And with this 2 of Wands here, that kind of also furthers that, because with the 2 of Wands upright, it's like you're contemplating, you're planning, you're like, okay, like, what's next for me? Like, what's the next steps? Where am I going next? It's just a lot of like planning ahead and stuff. But in reverse here, it's just like, you know what, it's either one of two things. And I don't think it's the second thing that I'm going to mention, but it's one of two things. And the two things is, it's kind of like, you know, not really worrying about the plan and just being like going with the flow, like as I was saying beforehand. And the second thing is either that or not wanting to plan ahead and move forward with whatever it is that you were wanting to move forward with beforehand. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, because it can kind of go either way. But according to the other cards that we're getting here, there's a lot of progress being made. You know, there's a lot of movement forward with this Chariot card here, especially with a partnership here, a very fiery partnership, a very passionate partnership I'm already feeling with the Queen and the King of Wands, because, you know, you're trying to progress into this happy family life, this contentment with this 10 of Cups here. So I feel as though there's like a little breather. There's a break that's being taken here in some sense of the way, and being like, you know what, like, there's been a lot of fast-paced energy, a lot of movement, a lot of things going on. Let's just take our time. Let's just take a second. Let's catch our breaths and stuff. Like, let's not worry about what's coming next or what we're going to do next or what next trip we're going to plan. We're just going to sit here, you know, nap together, or nap here, you nap there, and reconvene later on. And then we have the 6 of Cups here. So with the 6 of Cups, there's some past things that are coming to surface, or children that's coming into play here, because the 6 of Cups, the two key words is the past and innocence, and it talks a lot about children and stuff because there's 2 kids in the card. So you could be tapping into the playful energy that you may have had in the past, potentially. You could be dealing with a lot of kids and having a lot of fun with kids and working with a lot of kids to help you get through maybe some past issues. Maybe you're tapping into your old innocent energy that you may have had growing up and stuff, and maybe tapping into other kids' innocence and kind of like embodying that yourself here, and really coming to a decision and being like, okay, like, what is it that I want? You know, how am I going to balance out the things that I want? you know, because there's definitely a lot of progress here. There's a need and a want to have fun and to progress here, but also a need to, you know, get to where you want to go, which is like the end goal, planting the seeds to have a happy family life and stuff. But there's also the need and the want to kind of just like take a breath, take a breather, take a second, you know, just enjoy yourself and have a little bit more fun and just have a little, like, you know, not worried about being an adult, you know. That's what I'm picking up on here. It's like you don't want to really worry about being an adult right now. You just want to, you know, be a kid again and have fun and stuff and embody that childlike energy. So I feel as though with this Justice card here, which is also significant Libra, is just trying to find the balance between the two and being like, okay, like, how can I invest my energy in both aspects right now to where it's balanced out to where like I can have my fun, but I'm also still planting and watering those seeds to get to that end goal that I want to get to, and finding the balance and the fairness in that, and being like, is it fair for me to, you know, take off another week of work just because I want to like go on vacation, or because I want to like take a break and I just want to catch my breath and stuff? Or is it fair for me to, you know, save up my time off, my sick time? Like, should I call in tomorrow because I don't want to go into work and I just want to, you know, be free and enjoy myself? Or should I go into work and save it up? You know, it's kind of that energy, and just finding the balance between what it is that you're going through and what it is that you're trying to embody at the end of the day. Then you're releasing control here with this Four of Coins here. So with this Four of Coins, it's just like, well, the Four of Coins upright, it talks about control. It talks about wanting to, you know, really be in control of all the tangible things, especially finances and stuff, and being like, okay, like, also in terms of career, I don't know why, but I'm feeling called to talk about, you know, career, and being like, you know what, in my career, I want to do this, that, and then get to this point. But now it's like, it's not that. It's like, you know what, in my career, like, you know, I'm enjoying my job right now, or like I'm cool with what I'm doing right now. I don't really know where next is going to take me, but like right now I'm content, I'm chilling. So I'm not about to sit here and be like, okay, I'm going to do this, and that, and I'm going to leave at this point, and I'm going to get promoted at this point, and then I'm going to go to another job at this point. It's just like very, again, free-flowing. I feel like the energy is very, very free-flowing right now because you have a lot of options. You have a lot of different ways and routes that you can go right now, and you're just flowing through it all. That's really what I'm picking up on here. You're releasing control and just being like, you know what, whatever is meant for me will be. Whatever is meant for me won't pass me up. I'm not about to sit here and stress about anything that I don't need to stress about because it's out of my control. I'm not about to sit here and stress over things that I can't control, you know? And then we have the Seven of Coins here in reverse. So with the Seven of Coins here in reverse, there could be a little bit of impatience, just a little bit, not a whole lot. Because I don't feel like you're being impatient right now, because I feel like you're really free-flowing. But with the Seven of Coins in reverse here, it talks about like investments and stuff, and you know, wanting to water seeds and stuff, but wanting to water your seeds and have it start to flourish already, which is why I talk about the little bit of impatience, but it could also talk about not really taking the time to water the seeds that you want to water. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. But overall, maybe the investments that you were investing in beforehand are not really the investments that you're going to continue to either work with, or the investments that you're seeing are something that you want to continue to water. There's something here where there's like a disconnect in terms of like the things that you were potentially watering beforehand and being like, I don't know if that's what I want to continue to water or go with beforehand. There's just some kind of disconnect here between the pre-investments and the new investments that you're trying to invest in. Maybe the energy that you had beforehand is no longer the energy that you have now, and you're like, you know what, since I'm in two different places from when I was beforehand to now, it's like those investments don't mean as much to me as these new investments that I'm trying to make, or it just doesn't align with this new path that I'm on here of like just free flowing and just enjoying myself and having fun and stuff. Because you're definitely going to be planting seeds. You're definitely planting seeds. I don't know if the seeds that you're going to be planting or have planted are the seeds that you're no longer wanting to water, but there's some kind of like disconnect here in terms of some investments and the determination that you had with those investments that you may have had beforehand, because you maybe potentially see it not really going the way that you want it to go. With the Six of Wands here in reverse hand, maybe you don't have the support to continue on with the investments that you had beforehand, and that's why you're just kind of like thrown off by it or turned off by it in terms of not really wanting to continue with it. But there's just something that's telling you here that it's not going to give what you would like for it to give, and maybe that's what you're trying to, you know, believe. Or maybe that's what you're like, maybe not choosing to believe, but kind of feeling in the background and being like, okay, like I kind of see this being more than I really wanted it to be, and this is something that I wanted to invest in and something that I wanted to take the time to water, but it's not really something that I feel like I should be watering because I don't really know if it's going to be, you know, flourishing like how I wanted it to flourish and being as successful as I wanted it to succeed and stuff, and just being like, I don't know if I'm going to continue to go along with this. But I'll tell you this, luck is on your side. With this Wheel of Fortune here, good luck is going to be on your side, period, point blank. Whatever it is that you want to go, or wherever it is that you want to go, and wherever it is that you want to invest your time and your energy, you have a lot of luck and fortune on your side. So you're going to be very supported at the end of the day. I know I said you wasn't having the support here, but I mean support here with the Wheel of Fortune, like by, you know, the divine, you know, like whatever it is that you believe in. I always say this, if it's, you know, God, Allah, whatever it is that you believe in, you're being supported by those realms. Even if it seems like on, you know, the surface level here on earth, you may not have that actual support, but you're going to have a lot of luck on your side, which is the support from the divine here. And then we have the Nine of Wands here in reverse, followed by the Eight of Coins in reverse, followed by the Five of Coins, the Hermit card, and the Fool card in reverse, and then the Tower card at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And here's you, Temperance, under a couple cards. And the Lover's card. Okay. Okay, anyway. So with this Nine of Wands here in reverse, maybe you're feeling like your foundation is not as sturdy as it used to be. You're letting your guard down a little bit, and you're feeling a little bit like maybe less guarded, which is why your guard is down a little bit. Like your walls were built beforehand, but your walls are coming down a little bit. You could potentially be letting new energies in, or letting in, you know, new ideas, or letting in something that just has you feeling a little bit more vulnerable potentially. Excuse me. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But with this Nine of Wands, as you can see upright, the two key words is guarded and resilience. So as you can see here, they have like their 8 wands stacked and then 1 wand in their hand because they're ready to continue to stack. They're ready to continue to build their foundation. They're ready to continue to secure their foundation and protect it. You know, that's where the guarded and resilience come in, because they're trying to protect what they build and stuff. But it's in reverse here. So you could be maybe in the process of rebuilding, maybe you're rebuilding a foundation and rebuilding all those wands, but starting from scratch in a sense, because maybe the investments that you had beforehand wasn't something that you foresaw going well anymore. And maybe you decided to be like, okay, scratch that. You know, I'm just going to start from scratch, and you're going to be rebuilding with new investments potentially here. But there's some kind of like, I don't want to say unstable foundations, but there's some kind of like foundation that isn't what you would like for it to be right now, but you're in the process of getting it to where you would like for it to be, I guess you can say. And make sure that you're continuing to put in the work in that, because we have the 8 of Coins in reverse here. So with the 8 of Coins upright, it talks about work and learning new skills and stuff, but in reverse here, it's kind of like you're not really putting in the work potentially. And maybe that could be what it is. Maybe your foundation is not as sturdy as it used to be because you're not putting in the work to keep it as foundational as it was before. Always take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but that's what I'm picking up on here. It feels as though the foundation is not what it used to be, and maybe it's because there's that work ethic that's not there anymore. You know, the 8 of Coins upright talks about learning new skills. Maybe you're just like, you know, stuck in what you've already learned and stuff, and you know that kind of can go along with the change you're focusing in reverse here. You're so focused on what you already know and what you already know how to do that you're not really, you know, stepping out of your box here to learn something different here, and that can be having you trapped and being like, you know what I did beforehand always worked. That's what I'm hearing here. What I did beforehand always worked, but like it doesn't seem like it's working like how it used to be. And we have the 5 of Coins here, which talks about a trying time. So make sure that you're flexible. Don't be I know we were saying that, you know, the energy is very free flowing, but this is transitioning into something very different here. And I'm picking up on the need to be, you know, willing to change your focus a little bit, even though we were saying beforehand, like, I feel like you and the partner are going to be very like boxed in, but very open in that box, and being like, okay, like I'm going to be at this end of the box and I'm going to be over here, and you know, we can switch spots, or we can be in the same spot, or if we want to step out of the box, we can step out of the box. But in terms of this here, it's like don't let that box cage you in. Don't let it cage you in terms of, you know, letting your foundation slip, you know, or letting your work ethic slip and stuff like that. Don't have too much fun. Balance out the work and the play. Because if you don't balance it out, I feel like you're going to be working on that balance here, but make sure to keep that balance and that flow going to where it's like you can work hard and play hard, to where your foundations could be sturdy, you know, because I feel as though there may be a little bit of more play than work, potentially. Again, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, but there's something here that's slipping a little bit. And I want to say it goes along with this 7 of coins here in reverse here, because it deals with like investments and stuff. So there's something maybe in terms of your investments, maybe you were playing too hard and you kind of let your investments slip through the crack. Maybe that's what it is. And through it slipping through the cracks, it kind of was like, you know what, I didn't really think it was going to go well anyway, and now it's time to restart over and stuff like that. But it's kind of a trying time to get through that point of being like, okay, or get through that process of being like, okay, like I'm rebuilding, you know. It's kind of like you're going from point A of, you know, having to, you know, learn the new work ethic to work through this new process that you're going through of rebuilding, you know, this foundation here. And it's kind of like a trying time, and it could potentially have you going a little bit more inward, because you're like, okay, like let me think about this, you know, let me sit with myself and think about what it is that I've been doing, what it is that I am doing, where it is that I'm trying to go, what it is that I want to do and stuff like that. This is also Virgo energy, so significant Virgo. But I feel as though through this here, you're going to be going through this journey of having a lot of fun. And, you know, still working, but through the fun, it's kind of like the work kind of slips through the cracks a little bit, as I said earlier. And it puts you in like this whirlwind of having to like rebuild, as I said. And now you're going to be like, okay, like let's think about this some. Let's sit and let's think about it, and like let's go a little bit more introspective. Why was I, you know, having more fun? Why was I not really worried about the things that I wanted to worry about beforehand? And you're really going to be taking the time to take a step back and not be as careless as you were before, or maybe you are careless. One or the other. It's always one extreme or the other. But I'm feeling as though here you're going to be worried about not being as careless as you were before, and just being like, okay, like I'm not about to sit here and just jump off any old cliff, you know, without really knowing the circumstances, the risk and stuff like that. You're going to be very like hesitant, very cautious, and being like, okay, let's play this game a little bit more smart, you know, like let me just not, you know, be carefree like how I was beforehand, because it kind of got you in a situation here. And then we have the Tower card in reverse here at the bottom of the deck. So this is the overall energy of the spread. So with the Tower card being at the end, the bottom of the deck is a very powerful energy, because the Tower card in reverse here talks about like an unwillingness to change, to be honest. It talks about like prolonging the inevitable in a sense. The 2 key words here upright is destruction and sudden change. So with the Tower card upright, it's like, you know, something happens, you know, lightning strikes this building, and it's like, oh shit, like I need to rebuild, or I need to like revamp or revisit or redo something. It's like, you know, having to do something because of a sudden change, and having to go about it, you know, very quickly. But in reverse here is like, you know what, lightning may have struck, but I'm going to keep this, like I'm going to put a Band-Aid over it. You know, I'm just put a Band-Aid over it, because I'm not willing to have to restructure. I'm not willing to let this sudden change take place. You know, like there could have been something that was going to cause a change, but it's like, no, we're not about to do that. You know, we're about to just continue on, and we're about to just continue on having fun and going through this journey and stuff that we're going through here. So it talks about, you know, holding on. You're holding on to something here, I'm feeling. But let's see what we have here in regards to love. And this is what I have for you in regards to this spread here. This is getting a little bit longer, Sagittarius. You're getting a little bit of an extended reading here. But let's see what we have with my Romance Angel Oracle deck. There definitely is a partnership here that we're going to dive into a little bit with this spread here. Okay, Spirit. What else do we have for Sagittarius in terms of timeless messages on the love front? What messages do you have for Sagittarius in regards to love? So timeless messages. Ooh. Okay. Codependency, passion in reverse, and you deserve love. That's weird that the passion came up in reverse here, because I was feeling like there was a very fiery relationship with the King and the Queen of Wands, especially coming back to back of each other. But you guys could have codependency issues. You guys could really, really rely on each other. And that could be why the Tower card was in reverse at the bottom of the deck, because it's like you're not willing to not be dependent on what you're already dependent on, you know? But even though that's all said and done, you're still having a lot of fun within, which is great. But the codependency card says addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this doesn't even have to be you being codependent on somebody, but you could be codependent on something as well. That could be affecting your love life here. And then we have the passion in reverse here. So with the passion in reverse here, the passion card upright says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Maybe you're not really allowing yourself to feel the passion that you were feeling beforehand, or maybe you're not allowing the passion in that you want to allow in, or that you used to allow in, or maybe you're just not feeling the passion overall. And then we have the you deserve love card. You are lovable. So you're definitely a lovable person. You know, you're very loved on, I feel. You know, I feel like you get a lot of love. You receive a lot of love and stuff. And then we have love yourself first. In reverse here. So your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So in reverse here, I feel like you're not taking the time to love yourself as much as you should be. And maybe that's why this passion card is in reverse here, because maybe you're not giving yourself the passion that you deserve for yourself in order to feel that passion with somebody else, because you do deserve love at the end of the day. You definitely deserve love, but maybe you're feeling a little bit codependent on feeling that self-love. You could be trying to get that self-love from somewhere else, which is that codependency here, which is also leading to a lack of passion a little bit, because you're potentially, what's the words I'm looking for? Again, dependent on somebody else for feeling that passion within yourself to give that passion potentially. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, though. And then we have the flirt card. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So you could really be flirting right now. You know, you could be a really big flirt, which I'm not surprised, because I feel like Sagittarius are flirts, to be honest. Don't shoot the messenger. And then we have past life relationship at the bottom of the deck. In reverse. You have known each other before. I don't know why I'm reading these cards in this voice, but I feel like these are just the way that I should read these cards. But there could be a past life relationship here, or a relationship that's been, you know, dealt with in the past and have been, you know, having, you know, cycles of recycling and stuff like that have been in your life for a while now, which is, you know, where this codependency is coming in, and really not taking the time to love yourself as you would like to love yourself, and depending on them to feel that passion, you know, depending on them for that passion and that fuel, because you know you deserve love at the end of the day, and you're really trying. You're trying to get that love that you deserve, because you flirting. So that's what I have for you here, Sagittarius. I hope these messages can resonate for you. This is a very long video, so if you guys stuck with me this whole entire time, thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful month of June. Your season is almost coming, but not almost quite here yet. But, you know, until then, not until then, because I'll be chatting with you guys next month. So again, I hope these messages could resonate for you. Like, comment, share, subscribe, book a reading with me at the link down below. We can dive into these things a little bit more and get a little bit more nitty gritty, or get a little bit more into the nitty gritty of everything. So until the next time we chat, much love to all of you, Sagittarius. If you guys are interested in booking a reading with me, click the link down below. You can book a reading with me at www.bloomologytarot.com. That's www.bloomologytarot.com. Thanks.